Good luck. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the SFL Nation. Welcome to Robbers Cove in Oklahoma City, where tonight the playoffs start 2 weeks early for the Dallas Roughnecks and OKC Renegades. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Michael Truilo. Joining me in the booth, as always, is James Richards. James, a good Tuesday evening to you.
A good Tuesday to you, Michael. I'm excited for this game. It's very rare that we get to call a game that has this much importance behind it. One team's moving on, and I can't wait to call it.
One team of these two will keep their playoff hopes alive. The other will have to wait till next season. It's down to the field for the coin toss. Looks like the home side will get the ball first in this one. Manuel has the ball on the tee at the 30-yard line. The whistle blows, and it's game on here from the Robbers Cove. Taken from the 10-yard line, back up to the 28, and that is where Joseph Redfeather will lead his offense onto the field for the first time tonight. We'll run you through the rest of the Oklahoma City offense. The quarterback is number 12, Joseph Redfeather. The running back is number 34, Preet Bruschi. The fullback is number 39, Quinton Mantua. The wide receivers are number 88, Caleb Hamby, and number 84, Julian Wieland. And the tight end is number 89, Tiberius Bovine. Bruschi up the middle on first down. He gets 10 yards, and that will put him, I think, over 1,000 for the season.
Yeah, needed 2 there. He got 9. Bruschi now eclipses the 1,000-yard mark.
A big moment for him in this season, but it won't mean anything if he can't put more points, if he can't put points on the board and lead his team to victory here tonight. 3 men in the backfield behind Redfeather on second down and inches. They give us to Bruschi off the right side. A spin move will get him the first down up to the 41-yard line.
You know, Michael, I think this is the right way to start a game. Oklahoma City keeping it on the ground, taking the pressure off of Redfeather, and putting the ball in Bruschi's hands, letting him carry this team so far. So far, they've got a good drive going.
Well, Oklahoma City boasts one of the most balanced offenses in this league, but both of their rushing and passing attacks are in the middle stat-wise, as they'll spread the ball out this time. Redfeather throws on first down. He gets 10 more yards as 89 collects that one. Tiberius Bovine makes the catch.
Yeah, you know, both teams are towards the bottom end. But again, that's in comparison to some of the big, like, high-powered offenses like Tallahassee, Chicago, teams that are just chucking it all day.
High formation and heavy set on first down and 10 into Dallas territory at the 48-yard line. Bruschi's wrapped up and taken down after a gain of only 2 yards. Let's run you through the Dallas defense. The cornerbacks are number 24, Jimmy Green, number 25, June Fierro. The safeties are number 36, Troy LaShaw, and number 45, Jace Jefferson. The linebackers are number 52, Heath McDaniel Sr., and number 53, Bobby Law. Redfeather the throw on second down at 8, swings it out to Bruschi right at midfield, and he gets a couple of yards before he is hauled down by June Fierro.
You know, I'm really liking what OKC's doing here. They're keeping the ball on the ground, short passes, not going too deep, not putting Redfeather in bad positions. And more importantly, they're taking time off the clock, which takes the ball away from Shabazz Synergy.
Speaking of Shabazz Synergy, I'll roll into the keys to the game. For Dallas, the first one, you got to throw the ball. Got to get the air raid offense working. They have the number 1 passing offense in the league. They cook it for over 300 yards per game. And Synergy himself leads the lead in passing yards with 3,378, and completion percentage, he completes 72% of his passes. For Oklahoma City, we've already seen him do it a little bit establish the run. Dallas gives up over 150 yards per game on the ground. They're in the bottom half of the league in that statistic. Offset eye on 4th down and 2 as they lined up to go for it here, just outside the Dallas 40-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to draw him off sides here. Michael, I'm not a big fan of this strategy. One, because you got to burn the timeout when teams don't jump. And to me, I just hate it. I'd rather see him go for it, instead of wasting a timeout.
Especially with the scores at 0. Still got 7 minutes left in the first. Why not go for it? Even if you lose the ball, it's not that great of a field position for Dallas.
Yeah, it's only about a 20-yard field difference anyways, right? They're going to get the ball back around the 30. You would have given them the ball around the 40, 41. Not a huge deal. So I guess it's a big deal if they pass it and get sacked, but to me, I don't think it's a big deal.
Ethan Ellis on to punt for the first time tonight, just inside his own half of the field. The ball will bounce to the 5 and head into the end zone as the kick returner for Dallas, that is Chase Jefferson, wanted no part of that one. And here comes Sabaz Synergy leading the offense onto the field. And the offense is as follows. The quarterback is number 7, Sabaz Synergy. The wide receivers are number 10, Juan Bosco, number 11, J.J. Howland, and number 87, Jonathan Concord. The tight ends are number 84, Lawrence Kirkland, and number 85, Miles Morales. Under center with an I formation behind him for Synergy on first down. From the 20-yard line, he'll drop back to pass. Going out to the right side. That pass is caught, and down near the first down line goes Jonathan Concord.
Did you see how crisp that pass from Synergy was? Remember a couple weeks back we were watching the Atlanta game and we were talking about their quarterback and how he was throwing ducks. And both of these guys are gold quarterbacks, but the ball looks different coming out of Shabazz Synergy's hands.
Synergy to throw again. This time goes out to the right to the running back. That's the non-contract. Oh, no, that's Jimmy Green Jr. out of the back. No, that was Rank McQueen, the running back. I've got to get my lineups in order here. One of the few teams in the league not to have a contracted running back. And they just put everything on Synergy.
Yeah, why waste a contract spot there if you know you're going to want to throw the ball every down anyways? And then
Synergy runs the ball himself like that.
And it's been working all season.
Out at 10 of the 31.
Yeah, that right there, Synergy's actually got 6 rushing touchdowns. That's huge production coming out of the quarterback in the run game, and it hasn't hurt him much. He hasn't fumbled. He hasn't been injured. He's stayed in these games, so it's really not costing Dallas anything.
Heavy set to the left side with a single back behind him. Synergy drops back. The pass goes deep to the sideline, and that pass is incomplete. It was intended for Jonathan Concord. Cam Michael makes the stop, and with that, we'll run you through the Oklahoma City defense. Cam Michael is one of the quarterbacks. He's number 21. The other corner is number 30, Isaac Holt. The free safety is number 45, Billy Joe Casper. The strong safety is number 49, Tank Savage. The defensive end is number 77, Ethan Hamby. And the linebacker is number 91, Cole Irvine. 2 backs behind Synergy. And he will take it himself on second down and get 2 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Sorry, James, I cut you off there.
No, it's kind of a brilliant idea, right? I don't know if he's got his build exactly the way he wants it to optimize. This is obviously a new strategy for him. But think about it, right? The defense is always going to sit in a cover 3, right? Because you're going to throw it every down. And so that means you've got a lot of room up the middle, which is where the QB sneaks come in.
Empty set for Synergy. Over the middle. Pass complete down up to the 47-yard line. And the first catch today for Miles Morales.
Yeah, I'm always a big fan, obviously, when people try new things. And I thought this was when I saw that they were going heavy run with the quarterback. I love the idea behind it. So kudos to Dallas for their originality and trying something new and actually, having success with it.
Under center goes Synergy with 3 wide receivers. Good protection around him. He'll dump it off to McQueen in the backfield on the bubble screen. And he'll get 5 yards across midfield out to the Oklahoma City 48. For OKC on defense, the big key to the game for them is to get pressure up the middle and give Synergy no time to throw. Haven't really done that so much on this drive, but the Dallas D-line has allowed 32 sacks this season. Here is Synergy. Goes to the outside, and the corner route has a man. Complete for 5 yards, and close to the first down goes Morales again.
You know, I think the sack numbers are just a byproduct of the style of offense that they're going to be running. So yeah, the numbers are a bit inflated, but I mean, I think the trade-off is well worth it.
3rd down and 1, just inside of midfield. Synergy will actually hand the ball off to McQueen, and he will pick up the first down to the 42. In those situations, you almost expect to see Synergy run the ball.
They've had a ton of success with McQueen, and, you know, we've seen it across the league. You know, stamina not being utilized on these star running backs. We often see their backup get into a game, and we've seen backup running backs bust the ball for 20, 30 yards.
This time, Synergy, pressure coming, but he gets the ball away, and it's picked off. First takeaway of the night goes OKC's way, and it's 67. That is Dempsey Peppers, the non-contract outside linebacker, with the pick, and the ball is back with the Renegades.
Yeah, no relation to Tom Pepper out of Vancouver. I don't believe so. But nonetheless, great pick by a non-star player.
Or Jabril Peppers out of Michigan.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. I tend not to go to real life when...
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Got to stay in my SFL world.
Well, Red Feather has the ball back just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Twin backs behind him, but a heavy set to his right. He'll go under center. As Dallas, stacks the box, they'll give it to Brewski, and he picks up 3 yards across midfield into plus territory to the Dallas 48.
You know, Michael, let me ask you this. You've commentated a lot of games this season. You've seen, you know, the lower tier running backs versus the higher tier running backs. What's your opinion on the non-contract versus the bronze, silver, and gold running backs? How do you feel about that?
I guess it all depends on what kind of system you're trying to run. If you look at a team like, you know, say Carolina, they're really built to run the ball all the time, and that's what they do. You know, but if you're a team like Dallas who's really built to throw the ball, you said it earlier, you can afford to go without that contracted running back. I do think it is necessary, though, even in a pass-heavy league like we're in now, you know, just to have that option.
Yeah, it is a luxury to have a run game, but you do have to dedicate a lot of resources to it.
3rd down and 5, Red Feather on the screen, and cut down just shy of the marker as Brewski did not get there.
You know, in the case of Dallas, their build, you know, when you're putting your contract players across your roster, oh, they're going for it. Beautiful.
And they're going to challenge the spot of the ball first.
Yeah, I think this is a good challenge. It was close.
It was very, very close, and it's got to be the spot of the ball. Was he going forward? Did he have enough forward momentum? And that's close. That's not the best angle. See who made the hit. That was June Fierro that made the hit. That's very close.
You know, I tend to think Brewski gets that 9 times out of 10.
The call on the field is overturned. The Renegades will not be charged with a timeout.
And Oklahoma City wins the challenge. They'll get the first down.
That's actually a really important thing that just happened there. Oklahoma City, if they lost that challenge, would have been down to 1 timeout, and that could have created some interesting situations moving down towards the second half.
Another heavy set here from OKC. They'll hand it off strong side to Brewski, dives forward into the pile and gets 4 yards.
Yeah, OKC, one of the few franchises in the SFL utilizing a 2 tight end system. Yeah, it's just a unique idea, and so we're going to see them out of these heavy sets all night long. And the problem for Dallas is you don't know if they're going to be running it, and you don't know if they're going to throw it. So
2nd down and 6 from the 37-yard line. Red Feather drops back, has all day to throw, but he'll check down to Brewski. And he breaks a tackle and picks up a first down into the 26-yard line.
Yeah, why not? Why not check it down to the old Brewski guy? Huh? Pete's doing all right, huh?
Worst checkdowns.
Yeah, right. Man, Pete, he's just a
tackle there.
man.
Fierro.
Pete putting in work. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Pete, get 100 yards rushing, 100 yards receiving today. I think he's going to put in a lot of work.
It really got to be par for the course for Brewski this year. He's had a very productive year, even though Oklahoma City has had rather an up-and-down year. Red Feather to throw. Standing right at his own 30-yard line, goes over the middle. That pass is complete down to the 19. That's 84, Julian Wieland on the catch.
Yeah, I tend to think OKC's struggles have come on the back of Red Feather. Either he's having a great game, he's not turning the ball over, he's playing very much within himself in the system, or, he kind of does what happens in Alaska and just throws 6-7 picks out of the blue.
I formation on 2nd down and 3. They'll give it to Brewski, and Brewski has a first down and dives toward the 10-yard line. As into the SFL red zone for the first time tonight go the Renegades. Great blocking up front, and the power set working early here as Brewski is being productive so far.
Yeah, stylistically, I think this is a bad matchup for Dallas. OKC's a good team. They can play some football now.
2 backs behind and under center. Red Feather 1st and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line. Throws to the sideline. That pass is caught but out of bounds, as Caleb Hamby couldn't pull that one in. Remember, big stakes riding on this game tonight. Loser is out of playoff contention. Winner still in with a shot. This is basically a playoff game here in Oklahoma City tonight, even though the playoffs don't start for another 2 weeks. Red Feather back to pass. Swings it out to the far sideline this time, and this time Hamby makes the catch. Up to the 6-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 6. They can get a first down, but at about the inch line. So basically, 3rd down and goal. Quick snap. Red Feather steps up in the pocket, goes to Brewski, and it's out of bounds when he made the catch. So it'll be 4th down and 6 as the first quarter hits triple zeros.
Yeah, good first half by both teams. Neither one of them taking a huge shot, not trying to create any big point situations here. So both teams just kind of jabbing, feeling each other out. And I think this kind of plays into the hands of Oklahoma City. This is what they want to do. They want to throw the ball short. They want to, step up, grind it out. Whereas Dallas, they want to put up points in a hurry. So far, I'd have to say OKC, if this was a boxing match, OKC's got the first round here.
Johnny Omega looks to make it official with a chip shot field goal. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is right down Main Street. So with 10:58 to go, second quarter, your score Oklahoma City 3, Dallas nothing. You're watching the SFL Network here on YouTube.
Yeah, I think they would have liked to see a touchdown there, but of course, taking the lead 3-0. Got to be happy with that.
Omega sets a kickoff as Jace Jefferson will get his first chance to return a kick tonight. From the 10-yard line, runs it straight up the middle. Spin move gets him through one layer of blockers, and will get out to the Dallas 38. Jefferson has 4 kick return TDs on the season, looking to make it 5 tonight.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Jefferson, one of the most dangerous kick returners in the whole league. He's only 1 touchdown behind. I forget the guy's name, but he's got 5. Jefferson's got 4. So
Is it Koma Kaleka?
You're probably right. You're probably right.
Just a guess. 5 wide set on first down for Synergy. Pressure coming up the middle, and he throws it out to the sideline. That pass is complete. Juan Bosco hauls in his first catch of the day.
You know, when I was doing my game prep, I said, you know, if it ain't an OKC or a Dallas player, I don't care. I don't care about the other guys. And now I wish I would have cared. I wish I would have known that name. That would have been a good stat.
Oh, well, I just came from watching the Cleveland game as they upset Baltimore to end their playoff chances out of the Eastern Conference. Trips to the far side on seconds out and 5. Quick pass out into the flat right at the 50, across the 50 to the 49. And Juan Bosco has another catch. First down, Dallas.
Give a shout out to everybody in the chat. DeAndre Noel, Stephen at Large, Colin Northrup, Michael Irvin, and of course, our favorite non-Canadian, Andy Hamilton.
On first down and 10 over the middle, and he throws another pick. This time it's picked off by number 49, Tank Savage. And it's 2 picks on 2 drives for Sabaz Synergy.
Yeah, we saw good pressure up the middle by the defensive tackle, got in Synergy's face, affected the throw a little bit. Didn't hit Synergy, but definitely got in his face, caused him some stress. Threw a wobbly ball and it got picked.
Well, here we go again. Looks like deja vu here as Oklahoma City takes over off a Synergy pick. And the first down will be a throw, just a little dump pass over the middle for 4 yards. Also going on right now is the SFL Game of the Week with Commissioner Cameron Irvine and Shan Varner. That's Mexico and Houston. As Brewski plunges up the middle for a couple yards, it'll be 3rd down and 3 from the 42. Now, there is a situation where the team that wins this game is also eliminated after tonight. I'll run through those scenarios shortly as a really heavy set, but they'll throw out of it. Over the middle, that pass is low but complete. Across midfield to the 47, Caleb Hamby brings down another catch. So those other playoff scenarios are, if the Renegades win tonight, and Vancouver and Houston also win, then OKC can't make the playoffs. But Vancouver has already lost, so that scenario is out the window. Quick pass out in the flat to Brewski. He picks up 12 yards and a first down to the Dallas 35. And if Dallas wins, and Houston... I'm sorry, I must be wrong on this because I have Houston and Mexico City both winning in this scenario, and that's impossible because they play each other.
Yeah, that does seem a bit impossible.
We don't know the playoff scenarios. I'm sure someone will enlighten us in chat. First down and 10. Oklahoma City moving the ball well on this drive. With now 8 minutes to go, and blown up in the backfield is Brewski, and he is slow to get up. Yeah. Big hit there by Billy Joe Bacon, the defensive tackle.
Billy Joe just driving through his the offensive guard there, putting pressure into the backfield, shucking him at the end, and stuffing Brewski in the backfield.
Second down and 13. Red Feather to throw. Over the middle, tipped, batted around, and falls to the turf, incomplete. 53 there from the Dallas defense had a shot at it. That's Bobby Law, the linebacker. We have 2 Billy Joes in this game, one for each side. There's Billy Joe Bacon, the non-contract defensive tackle for Dallas, and Billy Joe Casper, the free safety for the Renegades. 3rd down and 13. First real passing situation of the game for Oklahoma City. And pass they will, and the pass is complete out to Caleb Hamby, but he's going to be short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2 at the 27-yard line.
I think plays like that are going to be the plays that OKC finds the most success on. You know, as I stated earlier, Dallas has been sitting in a lot of cover 3, and you're just not going to get many opportunities to throw the post and corner routes against that.
Well, another drive stalls. This one is not a gimme like the other one was. It's going to be a long field goal for Omega. And the kick is up, and it is no good. He missed it wide right.
Yeah,
so he's
that's
missed
a heartbreaker.
one and made one, and the score remains 3-0.
And that brings me to another point. You know, when you're building, I believe there's only 2 teams in the league that have contract kickers. And at what point do you say, you know what, maybe we should invest in a kicker? Like, has anybody done the math to see how many extra points we've missed across the league?
I know Alaska has Kodiak Denali. Who's the
Mexico
other
City. Yeah.
Mexico City. Synergy on 1st and 10 from his own 34 hits McQueen, and he will get hit in the backfield for no gain by Gannon Slater, the backup safety.
Yeah, I only knew that because I was doing editor stuff against them today. And I saw that they had a star kicker.
Empty set for Synergy on 2nd down at 11. 3 receivers to the far side. He'll drop back to pass. Quick throw to the sideline. That pass is complete. He'll get 4 yards out of it as Concord hauls another catch in. Synergy only 48 yards and 2 picks here as we run just about halfway through the second quarter. A very fast game so far. Third down and 7, another pressure situation here early in a drive. Only 3 down linemen for the Renegades. And a 5-wide set for Dallas. They'll throw over the middle. This one is overthrown and intercepted for the 3rd time tonight. Tank Savage has his 2nd pick right at midfield.
Yeah, like I said, these cover 3 sets, it's going to be really hard to throw across the middle. But that play actually looked like the receiver got bumped off his route pretty hard. And Synergy, didn't throw a bad pass. I think if we could go back and see it, that receiver probably would have made the play if he didn't get knocked off so hard.
I just saw the replay there. He did with a pretty big check. But Red Feather has the ball back in his hands and almost throws a pick immediately as his receiver fell down. Pressure came from Bacon up the middle.
And I think that's one of the better parts of the SFL rule set is that, they let players play. Like that in the NFL or Madden, that would have been a pass interference every time. But in the SFL, they let the guys play. There's a lot of bumping and whatnot. I think it creates a very good product.
2nd down and 10. Ball resting right on the midfield stripe. Red Feather back to throw. He'll throw deep down the field. A diving attempt for it is made. And Hamby couldn't bring the ball in. He was flanked by 2 roughneck defenders.
Just in, we have a score update. 7 seconds to go in the first quarter. Mexico 0, Houston 7.
Third down and 10 coming up. This is the first time they have not moved the ball yet after an interception. Heavy set to the near side. Red Feather to throw again. Pocket collapsing. Gets the ball out there, and it is caught down for a first down at the 38-yard line. Tiberius Bovine, the tight end down the field, making the catch.
Yeah, he's one of the better tight ends catching passes across the middle. So you can expect to see that happen more often.
Clock ticking down towards 5 minutes to go here in this first half. They'll keep the same set from the last play. Red Feather, he's thrown on every play this drive. He goes deep down the sideline. Double dive and off the hands of Hamby again. He had a receiver there right with him the whole time. And it'll be 2nd down.
You know what's really got me, confused is how many corner and post routes both of these teams have built into their playbooks. Both teams have been sitting in primarily cover 3, and those plays just do not do well into cover 3.
We've seen Synergy throw 3 picks already. Red Feather again to pass. This time he dumps it short, and he'll be Bovine to pick up a couple of yards. And Hamby was injured on the play. He's their most targeted wide receiver so far. So we'll see the state of that injury, and we'll see if he's even on the field right now. It doesn't appear that he is.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay. If he doesn't go, I guess, we'll see him force feed it to Brewski and Bovine more.
Have not done a running play yet on this drive. 3rd down and 3 from the Dallas 31. This time they'll run it with Brewski, and Brewski finds a hole, and he dives down to the 21-yard line. Big gain of 10 yards. Very patient running there by Pete Brewski. Waited, and found the hole to run through when his initial read was off.
Yeah, Corey Mercer getting up through the hole there. Landing a nice block on the safety to allow Brewski to get a couple more yards.
3 backs in the backfield behind an under-center Red Feather. Dallas stacks the box. They'll give it to Brewski, and Brewski only gets 2 yards. And they give it to the fullback. That was the fullback Quinton Mantua on his first carry of the night. Bobby Law, the linebacker, up to make the tackle.
Yeah, pretty quick moving game here. These are my favorite. They just fly by.
Strong set. Twin backs. 1 receiver out far side. Red Feather back to pass. Throws towards that receiver. That is complete. And who is on the catch there? It's Brady Malone, the backup wide receiver. So it looks like it does look like Caleb Hamby. I've been calling you Ethan Hamby. Please forgive me. Caleb Hamby is out at least for this drive. Handoff. Brewski trying to get the inch that they need to get the first down, and they do. Down to the 11-yard line. The 3rd time in the red zone for the Renegades. I almost said Roughnecks there. Both teams start with an R.
See, if I was Dallas, I would have challenged that, to be honest, right? Because he got stuffed, by a couple guys there. It would have been close. I would have challenged that one.
No challenge forthcoming, and another give to Brewski, this time on the pitch, and he goes nowhere as Bobby Law again make the tackle.
I'm really surprised we haven't seen pitch plays, eliminated from the SFL. It's like a slot machine. Every once in a while you'll hit a big one, but most of the time they look like that.
No wide receiver set on 2nd down and 10, but Red Feather will throw anyway. He throws to the goal line, and stepping over the goal line into the end zone, put it on the board. We have a first touchdown of the night. And it's Tiberius Bovine with the touchdown catch.
Is Tiberius Bovine, is he a gold tight end?
He is a gold tight end.
That's a rare thing, too, in this league. I don't think there's another gold tight end in the league.
He is showing why he got the big bucks.
Well, it works beautifully for what they're trying to do. I mean, they like to sit in heavy formations, and then you come out with Tiberius, who's clearly built more like a receiver than a tight end, and he's just putting, Dallas on their back foot. It's a really hard type of player to defend. He's like, 6'6", 250, 260. No corner is going to be able to stay on him, but he's outrunning a lot of the linebackers too. So
Johnny Omega puts the extra point through. It's 10-0 with 2:48 left in the first half here from Oklahoma City. A low-scoring affair. Not really the kind of game we expected with 2 dynamic offenses on the field.
Yeah, and I think that's the drawback of Dallas's build. It's feast or famine. Either you're scoring a lot of points or you're not. You're throwing a lot of picks.
Here's Jace Jefferson. He'll get the ball to the 29. fourth chance for Shabazz Synergy and this Dallas offense. They've had 3 drives so far tonight, and Synergy has thrown 3 interceptions.
Yeah. Feast or famine. Although they've had more success than, failures, I really hope they find a spark and turn this into a competitive game.
Well, only a 10-point game. And with the way this offense can put points on the board, Synergy throws out. That's a complete pass. That is probably his longest of the night. Got goes for about 15 yards, and Jonathan Concord hauls it in.
Yeah, interesting. Looks like they caught OKC in either man-to-man or cover 2 there. And he got behind the defenders, wide open. Unfortunately, he couldn't turn it upfield, though.
First down and 10 from the Dallas 44-yard line. 3 receivers near side. Synergy under center with McQueen in the backfield. Synergy drops back to pass. Throws over the middle. This time it is caught between 2 Renegade defenders. And it is a big catch for J.J. Howland. His first of the night. And into plus territory go the Dallas Roughnecks. Long ball over the middle. First time it's worked out tonight. And down to the Oklahoma City 30. And that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. This is Tuesday Night Football on the SFL Network on YouTube. Thank you for joining us tonight. Shout out to everybody currently watching this game, and a quiet shout out to everybody else watching the Game of the Week with Cam and Irvine over on the other channel. This is a quick hitter out to Howland as he'll pick up 7 yards down to the 23-yard line. Synergy under center. Strong formation to the near side, only 2 wideouts. On second down and 3, they'll give to Rank McQueen, and he is hit in the backfield and does not gain a yard. He will barely get back to the line of scrimmage, and Caleb Hamby will have an update on his condition. Only a leg cramp. He may return to the ball game.
Oh, that's good news.
Maybe we'll give him until after halftime to get back into it. Synergy slings it out to Howland. That ball is caught inside the SFL red zone down to the 19-yard line. He slides out of bounds, and it stops the clock with 1:03 left in the first half.
I anticipate coming out of halftime that we'll see these teams make the adjustments needed and probably start throwing a few more out routes, hook routes, slants, stop trying to challenge teams with posts and corners, and then, we'll see if teams try to counter with cover 2s, and maybe we'll see the lid blown off this thing.
Synergy stands in the pocket, goes to the far sideline. That pass is caught. First and goal at the 4. Big catch for Howland. He's been targeted 3 times on this drive, and he's made 3 catches.
We have a score update. Second quarter, 8:41 to go. Mexico City charging back 14 points, and Houston has 14, so 14-14. That's turned into quite a ball game.
Now, I know he's calling the game, but Cam's missed a couple score updates.
Yeah, it's all right, Cam. We forgive you. You're a busy man.
First down and goal from the 4-yard line. Let's see if we get one of these Synergy runs. No, it'll be a Synergy throw. It'll be a Synergy throw to the end zone, and you can put it on the board. Touchdown, Juan Bosco. Dallas right back in this thing.
Yeah, you could call me Miss Cleo here. Shabazz Synergy hitting an out route, about an 8-yard deep out route, and that's what they're going to need. All their successful plays this drive came on the out route, and into a cover 3, that's pretty much all you can do. Like I said, out routes, hooks, slants, that's what they need to do to get back into this ball game. Good drive by Dallas.
It'll be the first time Manuel has been on the field since the opening kickoff. And he has a chance to bring this within 3 points.
This will be this drive right here that we just saw from Dallas. It'll be the chess piece that they needed, right? Because now OKC has to figure out a way to stop the out routes and the short passes to the flats. The only way you can do that is by running man-to-man or cover 2. And if they do that, coming out at halftime, then you're going to see Dallas, be able to go over the top with fades, corners, posts. And we could see some big plays coming out of halftime.
Well, here we go. 54 seconds left for Oklahoma City to put some sort of drive together. And a spin move takes the returner Cam Michael out to the 31-yard line. Well, you can say a lot of things about the way Oklahoma City has handled their offense today, but you cannot say that they have moved fast because they really haven't.
I think it's really interesting that their center is number 0. I just noticed that.
Yeah, I want to see a survey of how many teams have a 0 on their team. Red Feather to throw. He dumps it off over the middle to nobody, and it'll be second down.
I'm just wondering if the game assigned that, or if they assigned that, or maybe somebody was like, "Oh, I want to be a center. Make me number 0," and then they faded
not a
out.
Contract player. That is Dalton Otto, the player in question.
Yeah, it's just you wouldn't see that. I don't think any other team has a single-digit O lineman in the game.
On second down and 10, Red Feather goes under center. He passes. This time the short pass is complete up to Brewski. He'll gain 5 yards up to the 35. OKC calls their first time out of the half. And they're down to 1 remaining because of,
Yeah, the
they
challenge.
won the challenge.
Well, they lost one, too.
No, they on the first drive of the game.
Oh, they tried to
draw him offside.
Yes.
Okay.
And I was just about to mention that it could come back and bite them here, but they still have 1 timeout, so.
And it doesn't look like they're really going to try and put much on the board as Brewski runs right side, shakes off a tackler, shakes off 2 tacklers, and he can't escape the third one. They'll go up tempo now to their own 45-yard line. Red Feather to pass this time. 25 seconds left in the half. That ball is tipped, and it falls to the turf. Heath McDaniel Jr. got the paw up there and batted it away.
Oh, I see. Michael Irvin comes in and says, tribute to him, Auto Raiders, number 00. Interesting. Pretty cool, though. Oh, to Jim Otto.
And that pass is shoveled down to Brewski, who has a lane. Did he get out of bounds? He did at the Dallas 42. And Brewski showing a burst of speed and escaped down the sideline. And it took Troy LaShaw to bring him down.
This is good. This is exactly what they needed to do. This is really good clock management. Smart move by Brewski to get out of bounds. And it does appear that they're very close to field goal range.
Well, from here it would
almost be impossible.
Yard field goal.
7 yards from here, their kicker kicked it from here last time, and he had enough leg. He just didn't kick it accurately. So
17 seconds left to go in the half. Red Feather to throw on 1st and 10. He's under pressure. He escapes. He rolls out. Still looking downfield, and he throws the ball into the Renegade bench. Good pressure up the middle that time by the Dallas defense.
Yeah, Red Feather broken ankle there. The defender got through cleanly and was about to lay it on to Red Feather, and he did a little juke there. Just enough movement to get outside the pocket and throw it away.
Well, they're going to get another chance. Maybe only a chance to lob it to the end zone now with 9 seconds to go in the half. Red Feather, quick out. That ball is caught, and Brewski will go down inbounds, and they'll call their 3rd and final timeout with 3 seconds to play.
Yeah, I think this is kind of the maximum distance for their kicker. The one he missed earlier today was about 5 yards up. And he did have plenty of leg on that one. But I do think this is probably the max range for him. So we'll see. Maybe they go for the Hail Mary.
Well, Red Feather is on the field talking to his offense in the huddle.
Oh, we got an update.
Huddle.
Bovine 6'3", 243. Well, he's playing like he's 6'8", 260, and just killing it.
Well, we're going to get a lob to the end zone on the final play of the first half. Everybody going deep. Red Feather steps up, throws to the end zone, and this ball is intercepted. Coming back the other way is Truilo Shaw, and that is how the first half will end. A defensive first half, but a good one nonetheless. Stay with us. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube.
The end of the second quarter. The score is now your Pros 7. Your Renegades 10.
Welcome back to the Robbers Cove in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The Dallas Roughnecks will get the ball to start the second half in a do-or-die situation for both teams. This is basically a playoff game for the Renegades and Roughnecks because the loser of this game has no shot to make the playoffs. The winner is still in with a chance. Truilo Shaw takes it from inside the 10-yard line, and he will get out to the 29-yard line, where he is brought down by Pete. Is that Pete Bruschi out there on special teams duty?
He's an Iron Man.
It was either Pete Bruschi or Billy Joe Casper. That font is difficult to discern very quickly. Anyway, Sabaz Synergy, who threw 3 interceptions in the first half, will get the ball on first down. He fakes the handoff to McQueen, and he goes to the sideline, and that ball is caught. Big catch by J.J. Howland, and a first down, Dallas at the 42.
Yeah, pretty short break there. It caught us off guard too, Steven. We were like, oh, I guess we're not doing stats. But nonetheless, a quick game, never a bad thing. Maybe we'll get over to catch the end of Cam's game after ours.
Hey.
First down and 10 for Dallas on their own 42-yard line. 4 wide set with 3 to the top as Synergy goes under center. 5 in the box for the Renegades. Fakes to McQueen for the second straight play. Throws over the middle. That ball is tipped and incomplete. There wasn't really a Dallas receiver in the area, so I don't know who he was throwing to. Cam Michael with the tip.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Dallas go back to the success they had on that one drive where they were throwing to the flats and to the out routes. I'd like to see them go back to that.
This time a more conservative formation for the Roughnecks on second down. They'll give it to McQueen, and McQueen gets a yard. That was 67 Dempsey Peppers on the stop.
We appreciate that, Michael Irvin. Thank you. Said you're doing great, Michael.
Now, thank you. Synergy alone in the backfield with 5 wide receivers to aim at, but he'll run on the quarterback sneak, a draw play to himself, but he did not get the first down. It'll be just short. It'll be 4th down and 3 from the Dallas 49. Very interesting play call there, as the punter Bear Hojo will get his first opportunity to kick tonight.
Also, thank you, Colin. We appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Yeah, that's, I love Shabazz synergy, and I wish the scrambling quarterbacks would scramble more. I think it would make this game even more dynamic. So I get excited every time I see a quarterback tuck it and run.
Good coverage by the Dallas special teams unit, pinning OKC inside their own 20 to the 19-yard line, and that is where Red Feather will get his first touch of the ball in the second half. 9:25 to go, third quarter, from the Robbers Cave in Oklahoma City. Power formation on first down for the Renegades. They'll run with Brewski to the far side. He slips by a tackle and into the open field to the 40, to midfield, got one man to beat, and he will be dragged down by the last defender, Brewski, all the way out past midfield.
Yeah, really nice spin move there by Brewski. A little uncharacteristic of him, considering he's a big, powerful back, but nonetheless, got outside after breaking a tackle and then showed the speed. The old man's rumbling and brumbling along. Good run by Pete Brewski.
June Fierro had to make the touchdown-saving tackle at the 34-yard line, so it almost effectively flips the field in one play. I formation now on first down from the 34. Red Feather to pass, dumps it off short, and he'll hit Bovine for 8 yards on the corner route. This Dallas defense is kind of played a bend but don't break style tonight, but they still find themselves down 10-7. It's a very close game. What do you think they could do better on defense to try and stop this rush? Brewski gets the ball again, up towards the 20, and drags defenders down into the SFL red zone to the 17-yard line.
It is definitely a bend but don't break style of defense, and you'll see teams that rely primarily on cover 3 formations, the nickel 4-2, nickel 3-3, the dime packages, you'll see that. It's a very much bend but don't break type defense. And, when they start getting down into the red zone, the field gets a lot shorter.
Brewski on 1st and 10 from the 17, battles forward for 4 yards.
Yeah, and so the field gets shorter, the zones get smaller. It's a lot harder to squeeze the ball through windows. It's a lot harder to run the ball to the outsides. And so if you're a team that primarily hits the out routes, hits the outside runs, the red zone kind of is your worst enemy because it's a lot harder to accomplish those things.
Second down and 6 from the 13-yard line. Red Feather pitch to Brewski. He has a lane. He's going to the end zone, and he's going to make it there. Put it on the board. Touchdown, Pete Brewski.
Yeah, and this is the slot machine effect I was telling you about, those tosses and pitches. A lot of the time they go for 1-2 yards, but then you've got this one where Brewski gets outside and takes it in for 6. I tend to
Look
think
how many Dallas defenders are on the ground. That's 2 or 3 of them. Great blocking ahead of the Brewski run.
I tend to think the heavy sets where, and that favors Oklahoma City, where they tuck everybody in nice and tight, but they still have that threat of throwing the ball. So Dallas is forced to sit back in the cover 3, which allows Pete Brewski to take the pitch, untouched. And it's hard to bring down Brewski once he gets going.
Johnny Omega puts another conversion through, and the lead is up to 10 with 7 minutes and 23 seconds to go in the third quarter. Dallas, when does it start to be panic time?
Yeah, probably fourth quarter. I don't know if it's time to panic yet. You're only down 10 points. You do have a very high-powered offense. Let me caveat this. If Shabazz Synergy throws another pick, then I panic. But as I was telling you, I think this is a bad matchup for Dallas. It's a very defensively, they're not the strongest. They spend a lot of money on offense. Their build's a little unique. And so going up against a team like OKC who likes to tuck you in with 2 tight ends, but both of those tight ends can outrun your linebackers, right? and Brewski can gash you up the middle, outside, anywhere you allow it. So it's really forcing Dallas to sit in a cover 3. A team like Tallahassee with their gold inside linebacker, they would do really well against a team like Oklahoma City.
First down. Quick hitter over the middle. That is complete to Miles Morales, and they'll get 8 yards.
But I think if you're okay, if you're Dallas right now, you stick to the course. You try to protect Shabazz Synergy a little bit more because they have put him out there. You know, he's thrown a lot to a post route and a corner route, and so they just need to hone it in, give him some curls, give him some out routes.
Synergy on second down goes deep down the middle, and the blown coverage means that to the house goes Lawrence Kirkland, and he's going to be dragged down just short.
As I say that, OKC comes out in a cover 2. Yes, it is a cover 2. You see 21 there. He had the flats there, and yeah. That puts a lot of – cover 2 puts so much pressure on the safeties because not only that, they got to cover the middle of the field. They're going to stay next to the hash marks. And like I said, corner routes, post routes really eat cover 2 alive. And perfect storm there. OKC sitting back in a cover 2, and Dallas, gashing them on the corner route.
What a run back by Cam Michael to prevent the touchdown. But it's first and goal from the 1. Synergy will be dropped back at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, and this
Not
is
the best time for the O-line to go out to dinner.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about. We were talking about the red zone challenges into teams that do the bend but don't break strategy, and this is why the zones get a lot smaller, and it's a lot harder for Shabazz to hit something cleanly. So, how long have you been announcing, Michael? This season, right?
The SFL, 5 weeks.
Okay.
As Synergy dives up the middle for a couple of yards. It'll be third down and goal at the 4. I've been announcing sports, I'd say about 5 years, 6 years.
Got it. I started, and I'm answering Matt Ammo, that's why I asked, but I started last year in the conference finals, I think, with Cam. I went down to Dallas and called it with him.
Synergy, third down and goal. Dips it over the middle, and that ball is tipped and picked off! OKC will have it at their own 5-yard line as a crazy pinball play goes to number 54, Dexter Romberg, which I think should be his first pick of the season.
Yeah, if you head over to, I believe it's simulationfl.net, right? And you'll be able to see the links for all the games. And right now, Cam's the star announcer. So if you head over to the Game of the Week, which is also on our YouTube page, yeah, you'll get to hear one of the best commentators around.
Well, another drive for Dallas stifled by an interception. This one obviously not Synergy's fault. It was a great play by Romberg to both tip it and then reach down and make the catch. But the result is the same. OKC has the ball back, and Dallas has kept off the board.
Yeah.
Power I formation now from the 6-yard line, and Brewski breaks a tackle in the backfield and drags a defender forward. I think it was number 30, who I don't have on this list. Maybe I was reading that wrong, but he dragged the defender about 4 yards.
Yeah, after he shook off one or two other guys. I just love seeing running backs just drag people along.
And we'll go more power I on 3rd and 4. Brewski gets the ball, runs into a brick wall of gray jerseys. A combination of 51 Jack Sharp and 99 Al Biggins brought him down short of the line to gain. So it'll be 4th down and 3 from their own 12. And out to punt is Ethan Ellis. This is not his first punt of the game. It's his second. From the goal line, the kick is away. Jace Jefferson, standing at midfield, will return it and run into defenders almost immediately. He'll get down to the Oklahoma City 48-yard line.
Yes, Matt Ammo, you can customize your player. So what happens is you sign up, and then you're slotted as a free agent. Then teams will approach you to sign you. You pick the team that you want to go to. If they have a position that you want to fill, you'll become a contract player for them, and then you're able to choose what your player looks like.
Well, Sebastian Synergy, that pick did not really damage him other than the sense that it took time off the clock and a potential score off the board as Jonathan Concord picks up 3 yards on first down. Well, I thank you for your kind words, Matt Amro. Second down and 7, Synergy under center. He'll drop way back. Pressure in his face, dumps it over the middle. And he gets 3 yards to Miles Morales. Third down and 5, and maybe a deep shot coming here for the Roughnecks.
If I were Dallas, I would not take a deep shot. That would be the last thing.
You gotta get at least beyond the sticks here.
Oh yes, of course.
Maybe deep shot was not the correct term.
A mid shot.
Synergy alone in the backfield. Pressure coming off the edge, but he gets the ball out there. And J.J. Howland did not make the first down marker. Forgive me, that's Juan Bosco.
Yeah,
did not stretch the ball over the marker, and that was pretty clear. I don't think there needs to be review on that one.
Yeah, disappointing there. You got to run the route to the marker. He cut it about a yard short, and then that gave him no opportunity to reach the ball out. But they look like they're going for it here.
Well, second down and inches. Synergy does have an ability to run, and I would not. They're not going to burn the timeout. Synergy rifles the pass in there, and it's caught at the 25-yard line.
Amazing.
What a catch by Juan Bosco, making up for the misplay on the previous play, and he gives us a little salsa.
Amazing play call there. Great throw by Shabazz Synergy, putting it right between 3 defenders, and really only where Juan Bosco could catch it. Risky call, but it paid off, and here we are, 1st and 10 on the 24-yard line.
Synergy has led the Dallas offense back down towards the red zone after he was picked last time. 5 wide receivers, 3 to the top, 2 to the bottom. That's a pass out there, and the ball was in his hands, when Juan Bosco's hands, but it was jarred loose by the hit from the safety.
Yeah, and here we go. We're talking about the bend but don't break defense again. You're going to see a lot. This is going to be very common for offenses facing defenses that want to run cover 3 down in the red zone.
Synergy on the give to McQueen. McQueen hasn't done much tonight. I think as long as 3 yards. This one goes for 2 down to the 23-yard line.
On that point, though, he's not costing you anything. And so if you got a non-contract guy giving you 3 yards, 2-3 yards every time they touch the ball, and you're only asking them to touch it, 5-6 times a game, I would take that production.
Synergy alone this time. 5 wide receiver set on 3rd down and 8 from the 23. Pressure coming off the edge. He goes deep, and he's got a man inside the 5 down to the 1. Big catch for the big man, Jonathan Concord.
Yeah, it looks like Shabazz Synergy has shook the cobwebs off, reading the defense like a pro, and he's just putting the ball right where it needs to be every time.
And now 2nd down and goal from the 1 for the 2nd time in 5 minutes for Dallas. Didn't score the first time. Let's see how they do with the second go-around. Synergy to throw to the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, I think we need to see one of those patented Dallas QB sneaks here. I think they're ready for it. I think Shabazz Synergy, he's got 6 rushing touchdowns on the year. OKC 1-yard line. I don't think there's a better time for a QB sneak, right? They've got them spread out. They've got 3 down linemen. This should be a cakewalk for Shabazz Synergy.
This is the 3rd play in this quarter from the 1-yard line. Synergy is under center with McQueen in the backfield. Synergy will take the ball, and he is in for the score. Put it on the board. Rushing touchdown number 7 to match his uniform number.
Call me Miss Cleo. Call it. I told you it would happen.
The second time in this game.
It's like I understand football or something, Michael. I don't know. Very cool. I love QB sneaks. I love QB touchdowns. Keep it coming. I'm an Atlanta fan. I grew up watching Michael Vick play. Woo! I love me some QB sneaks.
Manuel to attempt the extra point, and we've got ourselves a 3-point ball game with under a minute to go, third quarter. Playoff potential on the line, and this game is shaping up to be a good one, a game that could come down to the final possession, like the first two games of the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had
Both
a
of
lot
those
of
games.
Is Tony Romo in the booth? Is this what Tony? I didn't actually hear Tony's play calling. Is he any good?
That ball is taken up to the 30-yard line
I imagine he is, right?
by Cam Michael.
Tony Romo's a smooth guy. I think they're talking about you, Michael, because you kind of sound, you definitely sound more like Romo than I would.
Oh, well. It is I've got the lower voice than usual tonight, just coming off a cold.
Interesting. Is it cold where you're at yet?
And not yet. It was 85 degrees today.
Michael, getting cold in the summertime.
And that's a quick pass out to Brewski. Brewski gets 3 yards and stays in bounds. The clock will roll. As a little bit afters there between Brewski and McDaniel. They'll laugh it off and go their separate ways.
Yeah, I could see that. Tony Romo, I mean, he's played the game at a high level for so long. You don't forget that kind of stuff. You kind of just start seeing things happen.
Red Feather to throw on second down and 7. Jumps it short to Brewski, who had to set his feet there, so he was late going downfield and loses a yard. So big 3rd down and 8 coming here. Do we have a momentum shift in this ball game? 11 minutes to go to decide a potential playoff contender. One of these teams will be eliminated after the next 11 minutes. Stay with us. This is going to be a great ending to this game. You're watching the SFL Network on YouTube.
You know, I think, hats off to both teams really battling it out here. But I think as you move in and you start looking at the playoff picture, neither one of these teams really match up well with, the teams that are already geared up for the playoffs. Although OKC has played a lot of tough games against some of the top teams.
Is that Caleb Hamby? Is he back? He is back on the field after sustaining an injury in the first half. Jimmy Green Jr. made the tackle out on the sideline. But good to see Hamby back in the game. But he did not get the first down, as good as it is to see him back on the field. So Ethan Ellis will come on to punt the ball away. He stands just shy of his own 25-yard line. Oh, that's going to be close. They almost got to the punt. Chase Jefferson fields just past the 20, so essentially flipping the field. And Dallas will have it from their own 26, looking to tie or take the lead here.
On that block punt, this question goes out for all the coaches out there or even GMs who built their rosters before. Have you ever put special teams demon on your player? And if so, did you see him block more punts or extra points or anything?
Synergy, empty set. Goes near side, but the pass of that is pulled in by Juan Bosco, and he turns upfield and gets 12 yards. I thought that play was dead on arrival, but Juan Bosco with a little bit of trickery sidesteps the defender and rumbles up the field.
No, these are going to be open all day. Cover 3 across the board. The one time OKC got into a cover 2, Dallas torched them. So I imagine it's going to be cover 3 the rest of the way.
Trips to the top side for Synergy. He throws that way. That pass is complete to J.J. Howland across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Yep. Out routes all day.
That's 2 in a row.
It's going to be there. It's going to be there. The only way to stop it is to go in cover 2, and we saw they tried to do that one time, and Dallas torched them across the top. So I think we're going to see this.
We're just going to see the slow burn as Dallas goes down the field.
Well, they're in cover 2 here.
This time he goes down the middle, and a wide open Pounds. That's a non-contact player, Max Pounds, the fullback, out over the middle of the field, could not make the catch.
Dude looks like an offensive lineman. Yeah, but you saw OKC jump down into cover 2 there, and you saw how much space there was across the middle. Just unfortunate that they had to play drawn up for a fullback.
Well, they go 2 backs this time for one of the few times this game on 2nd down and 10, and it's a sneak for Synergy, and he gets pretty much nowhere.
Yeah, I really only like the QB sneak for Synergy when they're in like a spread formation, like an empty or a shotgun look with 1 back. I think anytime you go a 2-back look, it's just not going to work. The teams are going to stack the box pretty heavily.
I'm new to this game, so is there any sort of designed QB runs outside of dives? Synergy escapes the rush. He can't escape the second man. A big sack back at midfield. It'll be 4th down and 12, and the drive stalls for Dallas.
Yeah, so to answer your question, the game has rollouts, which are basically, QB rolling out to the flats with a lead blocker. It probably feels a lot like the pitch, like I'm sure it could work. But you'd have to dedicate a lot of resources to making that work, especially if you have a gold quarterback. It really costs too much to do it. You'd have to do it on like a silver or a bronze quarterback, and then at that point, their stats are really low, and you just have to wonder how valuable dedicating that many resources to that kind of play style are.
Cam Michael returns this ball to the 16-yard line. Just over 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. OKC 17, Dallas 14. I was just wondering because, it's with a quarterback built like Synergy, he almost has those designed runs built into his character. Mm-hmm. And you'd think they might, if they get, a wide receiver at some point, running something like this, it's like a double or triple option rollout. Give to Brewski up the middle, fights through tackles, and he'll get 7 yards.
Back when this game was made, back in 2008, we hadn't seen the spread option make its way to the NFL yet. And so this game, unfortunately, doesn't have options built into it. But that would have changed the whole dynamic. Would have gave us a whole different look as far as a competitive game.
Come on, 2K, step it up and make a new game. We're waiting. Brewski up the right side, fights through 1 tackle, but he cannot escape the gray wall led by Jace Jefferson up from the safety spot.
Unfortunately,
3rd down and 1.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see a 2K game anytime soon. And not until EA gives up the exclusive NFL license. I think 2K thinks that is probably one of the most valuable things. So
Brewski on 3rd down. He won't get there. Another big stop for the front line of Dallas. This time led by 52 and 53. That's the linebackers, Heath McDaniel Jr. and Bobby Law. Both of them coming up and making the stop.
Back in 2005 when 2K came up against Madden, they sold very comparably, unit for unit. The only difference was 2K sold their game for like $29 or whatever, which is why they sold more units. But then, they weren't making as much money as Madden, which was selling their game for $59 or whatever it was back then.
Jefferson fights up to the 49-yard line. Probably the best starting position of the night for Dallas. We have a score update. 2:11 to go, 3rd quarter. Mexico City has taken the lead over Houston 17-14. They sound familiar?
Yeah, both teams playing well. Very similar matchup. I don't necessarily think Mexico City plays well into Houston's style of defense. It's a tough matchup for them.
Synergy on 1st down, throws over the middle. That pass is complete down to the 33-yard line. Big catch for Bosco.
You know, I almost...
I had a point that I wanted to bring up, but I've forgotten it now.
Yeah. Probably because I went on a huge tangent about this video game. But I almost think 2K, they could just repackage this game. I swear to you. They could just they could just do play updates, add more plays like the option and whatnot. Maybe make a few enhancements here and there, and then literally sell this game again, and we'd all buy it, and it'd be marvelous.
Twin backs next to Synergy. He has plenty of time, and it's picked off! Going the other way! There goes Gannon Slater, and he's down to the 20, the 10, the 5. Put it on the board. Pick 6, Oklahoma City.
Yeah, he deserves to take a nap after that. Jumped the route and then made a beautiful one-hand grab and then turned on the Jets all the way for a touchdown. Gannon Slater maybe putting the nail in the coffin here.
Well, it's certainly put the hammer in the hands of the Renegades.
So I don't know.
I've not hammered that nail in yet.
I think that was man-to-man coverage with the secondary safety. Gannon Slater is the non-contract defender that comes in on that package. And his whole job on that play was to just kind of float, come down from that inside slot position and cover the flats. And, man, when you throw an out route to the slot receiver, that's right in his zone. And he made a beautiful play.
The extra point is good. Gannon Slater, the third safety on the depth chart, comes up and makes a huge play, and Oklahoma City puts Dallas 1 foot, or one paw, if you will, in the playoff hopes grave of the Dallas Roughnecks.
And this happened to Dallas last year in the playoffs. They struggled with turnovers. The championship game, which gave Queen City their 4th championship, they turned the ball over quite a bit, and they weren't able to get that high-powered offense going.
They're going to have to score quickly here, and they're going to do it from their own 30, as Jace Jefferson hasn't really broken anything big tonight, even though we kind of expected him to.
Steven says they're firing Shabazz immediately after the game.
Just
poor Shabazz.
He's taking a cab home from the stadium.
He is a rookie, so he's done a lot of positives. That the one issue you have when you have such a one-sided offense is, and I faced the same challenges in St. Louis with the run game, where we became so one-dimensional. The only difference is, we had the capabilities to turn on and become a passing team, where Dallas does not have the potential to turn on and become a rushing team. And that's kind of the limitations of our builds. I'm not able to pass it deep and hit home runs like they are, but they're not able to run it like St. Louis is. So,
well, it looks like OKC's defensive scheme coming into the night was pretty clear. Don't let them hit home runs. Let them live in the short game. And the dominoes fell their way, and it looks like OKC's going to be still alive.
OKC
time to go.
Threw in just enough man-to-man and cover 2 in their playbook, and it was just beautiful play calling down the stretch there to put them in good positions against Shabazz and this powerful Dallas offense.
Synergy on 3rd down and 3, deep over the middle. That pass is caught amidst 4 defenders across midfield to the 44. Howland makes a big catch, but the clock is running down towards 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, this is a must-score drive here for Dallas. If they don't, I think we can close the chapter of this book.
Dallas, grand finalists last season, played in the SFL Bowl, lost to Queen City, and on the verge of going out again, and the 6th interception of the day, make it a hat trick of interceptions for Tank Savage.
That's
Dexter Romberg, the inside linebacker.
Well, that's the second big play he's made today.
Yeah, he's made 2 interceptions now. He was playing so far back, I thought he was a safety.
Yeah. And I think what Dallas is doing can work, right? We see it in Cleveland. with Mac Wavy, they throw the ball a ton, and it works for them. And Dallas is trying the same thing, and it works for them most of the year too. And then teams get clever to it, and then, it just, you have off days, right? And today was Shabazz's off day, and unfortunately it just came at a time where Dallas needed him not to have a bad day. Wow, another score update. 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Houston retakes the lead, 21, Mexico City 17.
Michael Irvine in the chat is correct. 3 non-contract interceptions out of the 6 picks tonight for the Renegades. The Renegades have not turned the ball over, and I think that is the main reason that they are ahead in this game. Handoff, Brewski up the middle, and he'll dive forward close to the first down marker. It'll be 3rd down and inches right at the 39.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I guess a game like this, you go back and you say, is a gold contract quarterback worth it? Did we get our money's worth, out of Shabazz this year? If not, do you move him down to a silver contract? I think Andy Hamilton has had a lot of success with his bronze quarterback. So, there's a lot of questions Dallas is going to have moving into next season with their build, because I don't think they are far off from what they're trying to do.
Brewski takes it up the middle. And it'll be 1st down as we head towards 3 minutes to go in this one. 10-point lead for the Renegades, and it looks like they're just going to run out the clock.
Yeah, I think Dallas, they sat back and said, hey, what lost us the game last year? How did we fall short? What can we do to try to improve on it? And, I think the build they came up with is pretty unique. And I think what they were trying to do has a lot of merit. I think it can work, and I think they've shown that it can work from time to time. But it'll be interesting to see the changes they make coming up into the off season and see what they go. I don't know if we'll see the return of a contract running back in Dallas. That might be something to keep an eye out for, maybe to balance it out a little bit.
It's going to be a long off season for the Roughnecks. Now, it's happened to us before as a commentary team, and we completely write off a team, and then somehow
this is a little
they come
different.
back and
This is a little different.
This is a 2-score game, 2 minutes to go. Brewski running on the clock. I think we can safely put this one to rest.
In fairness, that team rocked us to sleep all game. It wasn't our fault.
We hit the 2-minute warning here from Oklahoma City. The Renegades looking to be keeping their heads above water in the playoff race. And let's flip the scale and talk about the home team. I don't have the schedule up on my monitor right now. Who does Oklahoma City play next week? They have to win that game to be in with a chance. As Brewski takes it up the middle, 1st down, and inside the 2-minute warning, I think that might just do it.
I'm going to pull it up for you, Michael. One moment, sir.
I think the way the tiebreakers are at, they have to win next week and have Vancouver lose next week. And then Vancouver would shockingly not make the playoffs after going on a crazy mid-season run. Brewski again with 1:52 to go will get 4 yards up to the Dallas 41. Dallas calls their second timeout of the second half.
I like what Andy did in Vancouver. He started out rough, and then he didn't give up. He kept looking, kept trying to figure it out, and then, he showed that, maybe his build wasn't so crazy. Very similar to Dallas with their quarterback receiver situation. And he really turned things around, beating some really good teams.
And Brewski this time doesn't really get anywhere. The final timeout forced for Dallas, and if they get those 4 yards to get a 1st down, it'll
so
icing on
OKC
the cake in this one.
OKC plays Vancouver. They have the 1-0 lead on Vancouver. They beat them in the second week of the SFL League season. They beat them 31-7. Obviously, this is a different Vancouver team. They're playing them on Canada Field in Vancouver.
I think that game next week will be for the 4th playoff spot in the West.
Maybe. Let me check the
That
standings.
would be a big matchup to watch out for. Houston, still leads Mexico City inside 10 minutes to play in that game. And it'll be 4th down and 6 after the Renegades failed to get the first down. The punt team is on the field looking to pin Dallas deep with just over a minute left to go in this one.
You know, I'm on the website, and normally where they have the standings is not there.
Interesting. Well, that's a great punt. What a punt by Ethan Ellis. And, it bounced in the end zone. I thought it was at the 1.
Okay, so here we go. Sioux Falls is eliminated via tiebreakers, right? And so Vancouver's right now in the 4th slot. Dallas is in the 5th. I assume after this game, Oklahoma City jumps up to number 5 right behind Vancouver. Because they'll be 5 and 6. Vancouver will be 6 and 5. And then that game will be the tiebreaker. If Vancouver wins, they move on, I assume. Even though they went 1-1 with OKC.
And if Oklahoma City pulls the upset north of the border, they'd have equal records, but the Renegades would have the tiebreaker and move into the playoffs. So all to play for at Canada Field next weekend.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because if Mexico City wins, and I can't remember, I don't know if they did or not. I didn't see a score update.
It is currently Houston 21, Mexico City 17 inside 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, so what that'll do, if Houston wins, that puts a 3-way tie between Mexico City, Alaska, and Houston at 7-4. And then so I guess that would go down to the week after games and how those shake out, but then it will go down to like tiebreakers, head-to-heads, to determine who gets the first seed in the Western Conference. And then I believe the OKC Vancouver game would be for an elimination, because if OKC wins, they'll be 2-0 over Vancouver, and even though Vancouver would have the better record, they would be tied if Vancouver lost. But
well, as we were talking about it, Houston goes up 2 scores on Mexico City. It's now Houston 28, Mexico City 17, 6 minutes to go in that one.
Interesting.
So the Western Conference playoff picture a little bit clearer, but not clear yet. As McQueen gets the fake thrown to him, and over the middle, the pass is complete. Out to the 34-yard line as Dallas trying to make the score respectable with a spike. 32 seconds to go. They're on their own 34.
You know, that'll be an interesting ball game. Vancouver, like I was saying earlier, Vancouver, a completely different ball club, right? But I think stylistically, the same issues that Dallas had, Vancouver can face. The only difference is Vancouver has a run game. They have a gold star running back in Sanchez. I think that's his name, Sanchez, I think.
Yeah, Avon Sanchez.
Yeah.
Work for the Vancouver Legion this season. Synergy to throw.
Even
to the
Tom Pepper.
sideline, and that'll be across, almost to midfield, out to the 47. 28 seconds to go. Jonathan Concord hauls that catch in.
Yeah, even Tom Pepper's having a pretty decent year, considering his contract status. It'll be interesting. I think this matchup is a stylistic problem for Vancouver. I don't know defensively if they're built to really handle the heavy set that OKC presents. And I don't know if they're prepared to stop the pass that OKC can present. The same strategy that Dallas employed today, bending but don't breaking, I think OKC has proven they can punch right through that. So it'll be interesting. Vancouver, if they don't turn the ball over, it'll be a really good game.
Synergy hits Howland. Sorry to cut you off there. Synergy hit Howland up the middle into OKC territory down to the 34-yard line. A spike goes off with 15 seconds to go. as Dallas maybe just looking for
Look at that stat line. 6 interceptions. That tells you everything. Everything you need to know.
Wasn't there a game earlier in the year? I
think-
don't remember. I think it might have been Vancouver was involved, but both quarterbacks had like 6 interceptions.
I think that was
will take off and run. He's got a first down to the 20, but there's only 8 seconds left, and I don't think they're going to get another snap off. The clock runs down. 3, 2, 1. The horn sounds, and last year's grand finalist, runner-up for the trophy, the Dallas Roughnecks, plunge out of the playoff race with 1 week to go. They fall tonight to the Oklahoma City Renegades, who still have a shot to make it, 24-14. Final stats will scroll across your screen, but I think Sabaz Synergy has to take a lot of blame for what happened today. 6 interceptions, as opposed to no turnovers on the other side. Points, that big pick 6 in the fourth quarter sealed it for the Renegades. From Oklahoma City, for all of our SFL crew and James Richards, I'm your play-by-play commentator, Michael Truilo, saying see you next time.